Greg Gagne, his wife, his new baby, heading down. Kent Herbig. Kent, what do you think here?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Love it.
All right, good luck. There's the big guy heading in. He's charged up indeed.
I have a feeling Kent Herbig's going to be giving a speech tonight to that crowd. He's generally known for leading the cheering there.
He may be giving a speech into the morning.
We're not sure.
Absolutely. He loves the crowd, and I think he's just going to enjoy it to the max. Harmon Killebrew heading in also, and other members of the media. And that pretty much wraps up the scene out here. The players are about to go inside to the dome and be greeted by the 50,000-plus fans. You can hear in the background the fans here cheering for their heroes who've won the American League.
If you get a chance to talk to Harmon Killebrew, ask him if they got that kind of greeting back in 1965.
Good question. I'll do that.
Ask him if any reporters ever jumped off the third story of the dome in order to ask the question.
Oh, it was a short of the monitor here. You'll have to pick up.
Right. And they do not know what awaits them.
Good, man. Went to the World Series.
He's going to need his sunglasses when he gets inside.
That's right. I imagine there are a few cameras with flash bulbs inside waiting to take a picture or two. They've got the door closed because I imagine, there's Tony Oliva there waiting as well. I imagine that they are trying to get all of the twins and their wives assembled in one place before they roll up that big garage door there. That garage door opens on to the right field line.
Well, as you can see, it's very well organized.
This is what it looks like backstage, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the back of our heads look like, too, from time to time.
We're bringing it home.
All right. That's Bruno, Tom Brunansky. Many people thought he would be named the MVP of the series, and still some sports writers and managers can vote on what happened at the American League Championship Series.
Well, I'm going to be anxious to see what the press reports are tomorrow following today's game, and really the Twins almost sweeping this series in 5 games. It'll be interesting to see some of the cynics and now if they are believers. Now you're seeing the gate open.
All right, the gate opens.
We'll just let you enjoy the moment here and take a look at what's happening.
These are shots live from the floor of the Metrodome. There's Frank Viola.
Can you imagine what they must be feeling at this point?
He ends up with one of the lowest ERAs in all of the American League. One of the great, great pitchers.
Look at Kirby, even took off his sunglasses.
He's out. Colleen Needles is standing by in the midst of the din on the floor of the Metrodome as all of this is happening. Colleen, describe it for us. The din is so great, in fact, I don't believe Colleen Needles can even hear our voice. Our voices.
The scene here is absolute pandemonium. You cannot even hear yourself think here. The crowd is going absolutely wild. I have never, ever seen anything like this. I don't think this team expected what it is getting now, the kind of welcome that they're getting. Another stranger just walked in, Mark Rosen, fresh off the bus and the plane from Detroit. Can you believe this?
Colleen, on the plane, people were saying, well, maybe 10, 15,000 people would be here. And the players were thinking, hey, that'd be a pretty nice turnout. No one, believe me, no one on this team had any idea what was in store for them. They were so excited to be home, and I'm telling you, an amazing turnout by the fans here tonight.
Mark, I have to tell you, these people have been here for an hour and a half. They have been this loud, this crazy for all that time. What you're seeing now is a continuation of what they've been doing for a long, long time. It's got to feel awfully good to these folks out here on the field.
Well, you know, you really don't get a sense of what was happening back here in the Twin Cities. If we look at their Sal Butera, the catcher, who had a chance to play in this couple games, got 2 big base hits for the Twins yesterday. Frank Viola, I can only imagine what a 6-month-old kid is thinking right now. And Frankie's going to have to play tapes for his family when this comes back. That's Kathy Viola holding their oldest son. Frank, of course, very instrumental in the success of the Twins all season. And in all likelihood will get the start in the first game of the World Series this Saturday night right here at the Dome. Bert Blyleven and his wife, Patty. Blyleven, of course, was with the Minnesota Twins as a rookie back in 1969 and 1970. 1970, the last time Kirby Puckett, who said, I'll tell you what, talk about a rags to riches story. It's happened to me, and nothing is better than being back home. I'll tell you, Colleen, probably the most interesting thing about the trip home, when these guys got their American League Championship T-shirts. All of us remember when we first got our T-shirt, and maybe we were 10 years old, we made the Little League team and how excited we were. You should have seen these guys handing out these T-shirts and putting them on for the first time. Believe me, no matter what you hear about professional sports, this is a little boy's game, and it proved it on that airplane on the way home. And all you got to do is listen to this crowd.
You know, a lot of people were disappointed in a way that they couldn't see the team win the championship, but I think everybody now is getting the chance to cheer them on. It's got to be great for the team and the fans.
Well, remember one thing, there's still 4 big wins to go, and no one is satisfied with just winning the American League Championship. No one was satisfied with winning the Western Division Championship. They know they got 4 wins to go, and I think it's about time, since they clinched the West on the road and clinched the American League Championship on the road, you may as well clinch the World Series right here at home. It'd be perfect.
Mark, isn't it nice, though, in a way that they did win on the road when they had so much press about not being able to play except at the Metrodome?
Pat, I'm going to have to tell you, I just can't hear a thing, as you might imagine here. Maybe a little bit later we'll be able to hear it. The program is just starting here at the Dome, and at the moment, Pat, I just can't hear you.
What we're going to do, Mark, is try to describe some things that we're seeing here. One of the things we saw out there as they begin the announcements in the process, Gary Gaetti in tears as he hugs Joe Niekro, Herb Carneal, the voice of the Twins for so many years, Jerry Bell standing behind him, president of the Twins, Herb doing the honors now. Let's see if we can hear what Herb is saying.
St. Louis or San Francisco in the World Series. But I'll tell you, wait a minute, I'll tell you, if anybody thinks that the St. Louis club is going to beat the Minnesota Twins, they're making a cardinal sin. And if anybody thinks San Francisco is going to beat the Twins, they're making a giant mistake. Let's have a hand for the owner of the Minnesota Twins, Carl Pohlad, right here. Twins president Jerry Bell. Where's Jerry? Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you, Herb. I just can't believe this, and I just cannot thank these fans enough. Obviously, and certainly everybody here knows, we couldn't have done this without the fans. No question about it. We're the best fans in town. Number one.
Thank you, Jerry. Well, as you folks know, if you followed us over the season, the Twins, we've had some rough spots. And there are times when we've had some doubting Thomases. People are ready to write them off. But I'll tell you, this team has risen to the occasion. They've done the job when they've had to do it, haven't they? The poor little inexperienced Minnesota Twins, they didn't know anything about playoffs. Couldn't win on the road, could they? Well, I tell you, we have a gentleman who I think has done a great job as far as keeping things on an even keel when the boat was rocking a little bit. Our skipper, Tommy Kelly.
Hi, Herb. What's happening? How do these things happen?
Somebody got the schedule mixed up. We should have played here today.
Guys, speaking on behalf of all the guys, this is unbelievable turnout. This is magnificent for the Upper Midwest, Minneapolis, St. Paul. I wish we had room on our World Series roster for another person, and I think I would try to include all the people here today on our 24-man roster, but we just can't do that. But great.
How long is it going to take to beat the National League?
Well, we're going to do the best we can. Herb, you put me in a bad spot there.
We'll do it in 6. How about that? 6 games. Thank you, Tommy. Now, folks, we want you to meet the members of this ball club. And I think I'm especially happy for our coaching staff because they're somewhat the unsung heroes. The ball players, of course, don't think so, but I know from the news media standpoint, you don't hear a lot about our coaching, but I think that these guys are the hardest working people on the ball club. First of all, right here is our pitching coach and Mr. and Mrs. Dick Such. And one of the greatest all-time Twins, hitting coach Tony Oliva. And our catching and bullpen coach, Rick Stelmacek. First base coach, Wayne Terwilliger. And another former Twin and one of the best third base coaches in the major leagues, Rick Rennick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we know you want to meet the members of our playing roster, the champion Twins. And for the introductions of our players, it's my pleasure to introduce you to my broadcasting partners all year long, John Gordon, John Mooney, and Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew. First, John Rooney, right here.
All right, thank you, Herb. I got a message for the fans of Minnesota standing around the batting cage and talking with the Tigers. They couldn't wait to get out of the Metrodome because of all the noise. Way to go, Minnesota fans! Way to go! All right, now let's meet the American League champion, Minnesota Twins. First off, relief pitcher, number 22, Keith Atherton. A guy who's always been a winner everywhere he's been, coming to the Twins before September 1st, number 18, Don Baylor. A fellow they call Senor Smoke El Gasolino, number 40, Juan Berenguer. Juan Berenguer. A year ago, this man promised a World Series to Minnesota fans. The winning pitcher today, number 28, Bert Blyleven. What a playoff series for Bruno, number 24, Tom Brunetsky. This guy was the best pinch hitter in the American League last year, and as an everyday player, an outfielder, a designated hitter, helped the Twins on their way, number 25, Randy Bush. Here's one of the hardest workers on the ball club, a guy who came back for his second time around, number 33, catcher Sal Butera. Now, if you talk to this fella, he'll tell you that he's worked all his life to get right here tonight. They call him Country. Number 27, Mark Davidson. Now, if you will, welcome relief pitcher, number 21, George Frazier. Twins fans, way back, touch 'em all, Twins fans, all right. MVP, Gary Gaetti. slickest fielding shortstop in the major leagues, Greg Gagne. Mr. Glad Ranch, Dan Gladden. Twins rookie, Gene Larkin. Minnesota's own Kent Herbeck. Twins catcher, Tim Lautner. Twins second baseman, Lumbo, Steve Lombardozzi. Hey, Twins fans, our favorite little guy, Al Newman. Come on out here, Nuxie, Joe Negro. Twins catcher, Tommy Nieto. Ladies and gentlemen, our own Hall of Famer, Herman Killebrew.
You people are unbelievable. Thank you so much. I thought 1965 was great, but this is the ultimate. You are so wonderful. Thank you. Let me introduce some players to you. Chris Patero. Chris. Kirby Puckett. hitter. Roy Smalley. Roy Smith. The tall man, Mike Smithson. Les Straker. And the big left-hander, Frank Viola. Now the voice of the Minnesota Twins, Herb Carneal.
Thank you, Harmon. Ladies and gentlemen, one other gentleman who had such a key role in the Twins' success this year because he helped to engineer the trades that brought people like Jeff Reardon, Dan Gladden, Al Newman, Don Baylor over to the Minnesota Ball Club. The executive vice president of our Minnesota Twins, Andy McPhail. Andy?
Thank you. There's been a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of speculation in baseball as to why the Minnesota Twins enjoyed the best home record of all the major leagues. And I think the nation as a whole watching NBC got a good idea why it is. There are 2,081,000 reasons, and we thank you.
Another thing, we need to introduce the people behind the Minnesota Twins, the Twins' wives. How about a hand for them, huh? And right now, the Twins want to say thank you by making a tour of the Metrodome. The American League champion Minnesota Twins.
the Twin Cities and experienced all the highs and lows of Minnesota Twins, and absolutely nothing could top what happened here tonight. And I'm sure the players, without a doubt, appreciate it to the bottom of their hearts. I can recall not too long ago when they used to have 2,000-3,000 people here to watch a Twins game at the end of the year. Oh, you got 50,000 people in here, and they didn't even play a game here. And to answer all the critics, yes, indeed, the Twins did return to the Metrodome, but the Tigers stayed in Detroit.
Hooray! You know, kind of the unsung heroes of all of this have been the wives and the family behind the players. In Detroit, they were really representing us so well with the whistles and the Homer Hankies. We really owe them a big thanks, too, don't we?
Colleen, I know you spent the night at Debbie Gahetti's house the night the Twins clinched the Western Division. It took a lot of guts, to say the least, to see what the Twins' wives pulled off at Tiger Stadium, which is not a friendly place to play, to say nothing of the behavior of the fans. And to sit in the stands and to take the verbal abuse they took for a couple of nights, and not only take it, but dish it right back, was quite a statement of their loyalty and their gumption and the way they feel not only about the Twins, but the way the fans have treated them back here in Minnesota.
You know, the wives are left behind much of the season. When the players go on the road, most of the wives stay home because they have families to take care of. How great it is they can share in this tonight here with the Twins.
Absolutely, and you talk to the ball players, and they know how valuable, their wives are for so many reasons. And, not to start being philosophical here, but it really does mean a lot to have them share in this time. And I'll tell you what, they are as much a part of this club as the players themselves.
No, you have to wonder, what are they going to do to top this? When we win the World Series, what are they going to do?
They're going to have to build a new stadium that holds more people than this in the next week and a half. That's what they're going to have to do, Colleen. That's the only solution I can see.
They're going to have to sell tickets to next pep rally that they hold, given the turnout here tonight.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if I can go grab a player and get them over here, because I know right now they got to be thinking they're on top of the world. I'll be right back.
Well, the Minnesota fans continue their celebration here. They are absolutely going crazy. The team has made the rounds around the stadium. I think they are as much in shock, certainly, as we are. We did not expect this when we came down here tonight. The number of people that have turned out, I know the party planners didn't expect it. They were hoping to fill probably part of the lower tier here, but instead they have filled every seat here in the stadium. These folks don't want to go home. They are bound and determined to keep their team here and to keep cheering them on through the night.
The great thing about baseball, the tradition, and the way you can look back, and the way you hold things, all you have to do is look back 1 year to what Bert Blyleven had to say on Fan Appreciation Day just 1 year ago. Let's look back 1 year.
Okay, I'm with Ken Herbeck. Ken, you grew up not too far from Met Stadium. You say you used to watch the ball games out of your bedroom window. You got one more dream left, but what is going through your mind right now?
Unbelievable. I mean, I bawled my eyes out before I got in the field and got to see my mom when we came back home. And to me, I ain't never going to experience nothing like this. I've been a couple places now where we clinched. We clinched in Texas, then we clinched in Detroit, and there ain't nothing like it.
I know it certainly was a sense of jubilation and then some on the players' behalf today in Detroit, but I don't imagine it hits home until you do get home here.
Everybody waited to get home. We figure we have about 15,000 people here, and we got 60-some, with another couple thousand outside. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks a lot for stopping by. I know you want to enjoy the rest of the night with your teammates and family.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks, folks.
All right, Ken Herbeck. His story has been well told, of course, by now. Growing up in Bloomington, Minnesota, watching the Twins as a little youngster, and now experiencing it. And he said his dream all along has been to ride in a parade after the Twins win the World Series. A lot of people doubted that, but boy, he's awfully close right now. How about 4 wins away? And of course, the Twins will start here against either San Francisco and St. Louis or St. Louis on Saturday night.
Wiesner somewhere around here. Jim Wiesner. Our head trainer, Dick Martin. His assistant, Brad. Brad, where are you at? There he is. And I'll tell you what. The best traveling secretary in baseball, Laurel Preeb.
You know, last year on Fan Appreciation Day, I did feel that this organization had something to offer. And I really feel that with the 24 guys, we had a goal out of spring training.
We're going to interrupt Bert Blyleven as he reflects on last year's Fan Appreciation Day and talks about what the Twins were looking forward to at this point last year. We're going to go outside to Mike Walsher, who is outside the Metrodome. While all of that is going on inside, Mike, what's happening out there? Mike, we're having difficulty hearing you, and I think that's because that person with a white hat stepped on your microphone cable. That's the way it is.
This is hazardous.
That's the way it is. I think that's what Walter
Mike
Cronkite was
Walsher
talking
does
about.
deserve hazardous pay tonight.
Did you see him?
I'm telling you, he jumps off of about a 3-story
That's right.
building, lands on the hood of my car.
Was that your car? Dead in
No,
the
but it
mud.
looked like it.
We're just glad he's safe and he didn't break anything.
We're going to be back with Mike Walsher, of course. He has done a whale of a job, but just to give you an impression, using Mike Walsher as the touchstone here, Mike has covered most of the difficult assignments for WCCO TV in the last 10 years or so. But he said tonight was the most fantastic night on the streets of Minneapolis to St. Paul he has ever experienced. The action, the anticipation, the energy out there on the street. Can you believe that? Because he's been through some tough stuff.
Let's have a party and invite 60,000 people, right?
We have been enjoying all of this with you at home right here in the bleachers, Don, Pat, and myself. And in just a moment, we will be back and we'll take a look, a detailed look at how the Twins took Detroit in that pennant race. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We have all the wives here. Would they all take a bow? All of them.
From Iowa to Zenith, big name brands at rock bottom prices. Every top brand is on sale this week at Best Buy Superstores. Name brand stereos and televisions. Name brand appliances and cameras.
I write Bobby Brown, Dr. Bobby Brown, the president of the American League. Andy McPhail, the general manager, young fella here of the Minnesota Twins, and the youngest manager to win a World Series non-playing since John McGraw in 1905. Mr. Commissioner, will you present the World Series trophy to Mr. Pollard? Carl, and to the entire Twins organization, this is a very special thing. They told me a few years ago that they shouldn't have had baseball in Minnesota, and you've made it very real. It's a class organization. It was a great win. Congratulations to you, Colonel.
Right.
That thing's pretty heavy.
Thank you, Peter. On behalf of the entire Twins organization, on behalf of everybody in this upper Midwest area that supported us, it's just a great thrill speaking for the team and everyone here. And I just want to say I've never had a greater thrill in my life, and I'm sure that applies to the entire team and everybody else in the Twin City area.
There we go. Tom Kelly, what do you think of the owner here? What do you think of your trophy?
Well, I'm very happy that Mr. Pollard gave me an opportunity to manage these fine bunch of young men, and I'm very proud of the guys, the way they played. You know, outstanding effort against the Tigers, very good ball club, and to beat the Cardinals, just an outstanding class organization. We have to feel very proud.
The thing I want to ask you, Tom, what did you say to Frank Viola in the middle of the 8th inning?
Well, I didn't want to take him out, but the way we've been going all season long, we didn't divert. In the 9th inning, Mr. Jeff Reardon gets the baseball, and that's the way we did it all year. Reardon's my man in the 9th. He gets the ball. That's all there is to it.
Outstanding. Mr. Pollard, let me ask you a question.
Thank you.
I know that you've had some...
There you go, guys.
You and Andy made it all happen.
All right. Way to go. Super.
Mr. Pollard, I know you've had some great thrills in your life. You can name it when it comes to buying things, but a World Series trophy is something that all the dimes or all the pennies you can save in the world you can't buy. What's your feeling today?
There's no way I can describe the feeling. I've been through many things in my life, pleasant and unpleasant. This is the greatest thrill, and the only way that you can really know how it feels is to be here, have it happen to you, and believe me, thanks to a great organization, Tom Kelly, Andy McPhail, and everyone else, it happened to us, and we're just grateful. We're grateful for the good Lord to let us come through all this, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am.
I know the guys love you. I know the fans love you. When we come back, we will come back and receive the Most Valuable Player trophy given to Mr. Frank Viola.
All right.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way to go, Frankie.
Listen to the heartbeat.
And in their locker room is Gary Bender. Gary?
Al, thank you very much with Whitey Herzog. And Skipper, I understand you went over the Twins and congratulated them.
Well, sure. They played a great series, especially in this ballpark, and we had a good ball game tonight. We played about as good as we can play, and we've been very vulnerable to left-hand pitching ever since we lost Jack Clark and then lose Pendleton. And Viola pitched great, and he was a difference tonight because we got the 2 runs in the second inning. We really never had anything else going. And, of course, Reardon come in and did what he's supposed to do. But they're an awful good ball club in this building.
Whitey, I'm curious. Controversy at first base. It happened in 1985. Was it so noisy out there you couldn't even plead your cause?
Well, we thought there was an awful lot of close plays, and Lee had a lot of close plays over there. And unfortunately, a few of them went against us, you know, but he's a good umpire, and I don't know. I mean, I really want to comment on something like that because I think that would take a lot of credit away from the Twins. And in all fairness, they had a better ball club than we did. The way we were crippled up, I'd like to play them at full strength, but it wasn't going to happen, so we had to play them best we could.
It's an amazing series. The home team won every game.
That's the first time in history. Of course, no team in history has had to play 4 games up here, and they're a great ball club, like I said, here, and it's amazing to me that they can't play better on the road.
I'm curious. You went 7 in '85, losing to the Royals that year. Your emotions now as opposed to 2 years ago?
Well, we thought we got something taken away from us in '85. We thought we had it 1-6, and it didn't turn out that way, and the 7th game was a nightmare with the things that happened. I felt awful bad about that, and today, this series, I mean, they won the 4 ball games they should have won. We won the 3 we should have won, and basically there's not much to say. And as a manager, I'm glad to be in the World Series 6 times. I'd like to win all 3 of them, but we're 1-2, and I'd much rather be 1-2 than 0-3, but I'd like to be 3-0. But by the same token, you can ask Bud Grants this, who's one of the best coaches. I'd rather be 1-2 than 0-0.
Well, you wired this team together. You came through with a lot of injuries and still kept them in to the very bitter end.
Well, basically, it was almost amazing that we were able to hold on. Well, we had all the injuries early in the season, and I didn't think we were going to be able to keep our head above water. The guys just played great, and the guys we put in the lineup did a job. And then when our lead was down to a game and a half with 25 to go, the fact we lost Clark, he's a big asset to our ball club. And I didn't think we could hold on then. We did. We beat an awful good ball club in the playoffs. The Giants were hot. They got awful good pitching, a good young infield, and we were fortunate to come back and beat them. And then we had these guys where we wanted them. Only thing, we had them in the wrong ballpark, and we just couldn't get it done up here.
Going to go fishing for a while now?
Well, I'm going to Germany next week and take a little vacation.
All right, let's go now to Reggie Jackson back in the Twins clubhouse.
Thank you very much, Gary. Before we get on to the Most Valuable Player Award donated by Chevrolet in Major League Baseball, the commissioner has something he'd like to say.
Well, we just received a call from the President of the United States, and he congratulates the Twins and the whole organization, and invites the entire team to the White House for a ceremony in the next couple of days. They're looking forward to seeing the whole team and congratulate everybody. But I think we got a MVP here. Great pitcher, played very, very well. Frank Viola, we're proud of you, and Chevrolet MVP trophy. Why don't you go ahead?
Frank, do you think you can make it down to the White House?
Yeah, I'll find time, believe me.
Here with me, Mr. Tom Stout, the General Marketing Manager for Chevrolet, to present the Chevrolet Major League Most Valuable Player Award. And Chevrolet, you know, the heartbeat of America. I think you became the heartbeat of the city of Minneapolis tonight.
Oh, it's a tremendous feeling. You know, MVP is a great, great honor, but I couldn't do it with the other without the other 23 guys, and they all should share in this.
Mr. Tom Stout?
Frank, you won the 2 big ones, the first one and the last one, and you truly led a team of destiny. And it's a great pleasure for us at Chevrolet to be able to present you this trophy as the most valuable player of the 1987 World Series. And we look forward to presenting a car or truck in your honor to the charity of your choice to help a lot of other people. Congratulations, Frank. Absolutely super.
Thank you very much.
Nice going, Frank.
Thank you, Reggie.
Nice going. Congratulations to you.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It wasn't unbelievable when you were out there.
I was able to forget about Game 4 now. I have a nice winter ahead with Game 7, and all the guys made it possible, and that's the way we played all year. It's just an incredible, incredible feeling.
Frank, coming back on 3 days rest, how did you feel going out there tonight?
I felt outstanding. You know, even the time in St. Louis I did, but the difference between tonight and Game 4 was I was able to get ahead strike 1 and pitch my game. When you're behind, when you're behind ball 1, ball 2, I think any team in baseball can hit you, and that was the case in 4. But
you struggled early in the second inning. You gave up a couple of runs, a couple of base hits, but then you settled down. What did you try to do?
Well, just to keep the team close. guys have been coming back all year, and today is just another case. And then when you know you have Jeff Reardon behind you, all you do is try keeping it close and giving the guys a chance, and Jeff's going to come in and close it for you.
How did you feel leaving the ball game in the 8th inning when Tom Kelly talked to you?
He's been doing it all year. That's his exact words. We're doing it all year. We have Jeff to close the door. Why change now? And that was the case, and it worked out great.
Nice going. Congratulations to you. Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett, you in here? The people would like to hear you. Kirby, come on up here, big guy. Whatever you want to tell me. Outstanding ball game.
Man, it's great, man.
A lot of people had said that the Minnesota Twins could not win this World Series if you did not start hitting. You started yesterday.
Well, Reg, I felt great to play the last couple of days, and I just wanted to just do the best I could and just stay back and just try to contribute to the team offensively, because I hadn't done it in the previous 4 games.
Outstanding baseball game, fella. You showed the people that you are one great baseball player.
Well, Reg, I was just trying to come out and just do the things that I've done all year, and that's just play hard and just let my ability just take over. I'm just glad that Frankie got the MVP, man.
You sound like you're wound up.
Oh, man, I'm all wound up. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Have some more champagne. Let's go back upstairs to Al Michael. All right, thank you, Reggie. And right now we are going to bring to you the Budweiser play of the game, which turns out to be an infield single. But this coming in the 6th inning with a score tied 2-2 and 2 out, and Greg Gagne grounding one just fair. Tom Lawless making a nice stop, but the throw to first too late, and that made the score 3-2. And the Twins were, of course, to go on to add another run. And Reardon did the job in the 9th inning. Viola gets the win, and the final score 4-2. Game 7 of the 1987 World Series has been brought to you by Budweiser.
Well, there it is, still aglow from all the excitement under its white top tonight. The Metrodome, the lights shine, of course, for the Twins players, but they shine for all the fans who believe in this team, believed in them through the lean years, through some hard times, some hard breaks, some near triumphs. But by golly, they deserve to win it all tonight. Good evening, everybody. Very happy, Ruth Spencer. Happy, that's an understatement. Ecstatic couple of people up here like you are. Welcome to Twins Fever 87. We did it. My voice is leaving, and I don't care.
Me too. Let's go right down to the field to Mark Curtis to find out more about this. What's going on now, Mark?
Thanks very much, Ruth. We're standing by with Gene Larkin, and this has got to be the sweetest thing in the world, especially because there's not one hero. This is a team victory, a team effort all season long.
I tell you, this group of guys have been unbelievable. You know, if you make a mistake, some guy just picks you up. This happened the whole year. A tremendous ball game tonight. Very exciting ball game. 2 guys throwing out the plate. I'm just happy, so happy we came out on top.
The nice thing about it is Game 7 turned out to be the best game of the series.
Hey, people said it was a boring series in the beginning, but you can't complain about the excitement in the last few games. Unbelievable pitching, hitting, clutch hitting, especially on our part. And man, I can't believe we're the best.
We're looking at some party.
Oh, man, it tastes good, too. It's so sweet.
All right, Gino Larkin, I'm going to let you go because I know you got to go party on the field. Thank you very, very much for being with us. As we were saying just moments ago, all the players are filing out on the field. Jeff Reardon, Tom Nieto, all the guys that took such a part, played such a role in this victory all season. This is what a team victory is all about. There were many heroes tonight. Frank Viola was certainly a hero. Kirby Puckett. But you can't really point out one player. It was a totally sweet victory. Right now, we're going to look at some more of the locker room celebration, and when that champagne poured... All right, right now we're going to look at some players coming out on the field. One more encore performance. The last out had to be the sweetest because this team has been criticized for so many years, and now they are the world champions of baseball. And this is what it's all about, winning the World Series. Who would have ever believed the Minnesota champs are the World Series champs? But they are. 4-2 was the final score. Dan Gladden had an excellent series. As we said, Frank Viola came up MVP tonight. Rob Lear and I got soaking wet, and it was a sweet feeling. Rob, let me just drag you in here for a second.
What they're doing now, Mark, is they talked about it in the clubhouse. They're orchestrating an encore to show the fans what this night is all about. They all huddled in the rear of the clubhouse. They said, what could we do now? They said, let's get back onto the field for those that have hung around and been through this thing, waiting the 22 years to win this championship. and they want to toast the town, and they want to do it right out here on the field.
And I think this is very symbolic of what this team is all about. Many teams would still be in there drinking champagne, talking to reporters, basking in the limelight. Instead, every one of these guys is back out on the field, letting the fans who played such a vital role in this win share in the celebration.
Because there's no doubt about it. They believe that this championship was won with the efforts of those screaming fans in the stands. And again tonight, another example of just how the comeback was fueled by their enthusiasm and their exhilaration, and they're just back out there, and, well, the pictures speak for itself.
And now we're back looking at some locker room pictures now with the players pouring the champagne, which, of course, caps off what has been an unbelievable season for the Minnesota Twins.
Well, this is the third champagne shower, and by far this one tastes sweeter than any of them. And the Whistling Wives, the Homer Hankies. It's been a postseason of upstaging, one event after the other. And tonight, the comeback, to think that they're the first world champion ever to win all the home games, and to do it in the fashion and the number of games that they've done it, and to show the excitement, and to go back and pay tribute to their own fans, I think says a lot.
And now will come the curtain call as they head down to spring training. Not too far away from now. How can they improve upon this? What can they do to top this?
Well, I think for now the glow is just going to radiate, and they're going to want to take all this in. Everybody that I talked to in the clubhouse was on cloud nine, and I said, how does it feel to be a world champion? And they had to pause for a moment and say the words to themselves, world champion, world champion.
And I think we've seen over the years the New York Yankees, the Detroit Tigers, the Dodgers, all the great teams, and now you can add Minnesota to that list.
Well, they certainly did it in convincing fashion. And I thought perhaps the greatest compliment is Dan Gladden, who we have hush up right here. Dan, congratulations on just a tremendous World Series.
Thank you very much. It was a very exciting World Series, and every player always dreams to be in this, and seventh game, and it was just outstanding performance by everybody, and very exciting, I think, for the viewers and the fans here.
Danny, what was the feeling coming out tonight? The series was tied at 3. You'd had some tough times in St. Louis, but you beat them last night, and you knew that with this crowd, I think you could beat them again.
Well, I think after we got that win last night, we were very confident coming into the ballpark. Everybody was somewhat low-keyed, more so than the night before, and a lot of guys were just running around getting last autographs and signing a lot of balls and bats, and you know, packing a little bit, and but then again, having your mind on the game and coming out early.
Although there was a point in this game where you guys fell behind, was there ever a point where you were worried?
Well, I think anytime we've fallen behind that inning coming up, we've always come back and scored a run or taken the lead, and just like tonight, we came back and scored one run to make it 2-1, and then we went ahead and tied it up, and it was like that for a while, and I think Greg Gagne battled all series and came up with a really, really big hit.
All right. Dan Gladden, thanks so much for joining us.
I'll
Congratulations.
See you on the streets tonight.
Okay. This is a man who, perhaps as much as Tom Kelly, as much of as the players, orchestrated this entire thing. Andy McPhail, this has to be especially sweet for you.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great season, Mark, but I didn't get a hit all day, and I never got anybody out all season. The players on the field are the ones that deserve the credit.
Obviously, you want to bask in this for a while. You want to go out there and you want to watch the fans celebrating. You want to feel the champagne on your clothing and taste the champagne tonight, but you are going to have a heck of a thing to improve on next season, because now you're the world champion.
That sounds great, world champions. So just leave it at that. I think I'll hide for a week and just try to pinch myself and read about it and confirm that it's true.
Were there times along the way that you had your doubts? I mean, you were never really that far out of first, but still, these were the Minnesota Twins. They had fallen before, but not this time.
Oh, sure. I think you'd be less than honest if you didn't have questions sometimes. Our pitching was a problem. I think Dick Such and Tom Kelly did an outstanding job maneuvering the pitching when they got the most out of it, and it came through. The bullpen was strong for us down the end, which was key, and we just seemed to have the different hero all season, and that's the one thing you really need to have to win. We had it all season, and it worked out great for us.
Some key acquisitions along the way. Talk about those a little bit.
Well, we added, we tried principally, Mark, to strengthen our bullpen with Berenguer and Reardon, and then we added Schatzeder, and the year before we got Atherton and Frazier. So essentially, we rebuilt the bullpen over the course of 1 year. Then we felt like we needed some defense and speed in left field and get a leadoff type hitter, and that was the idea behind Gladden. We think we improved our team speed with Newman and defense up the middle, and try to give the manager a little more versatility in what he could do. And we are fortunate that a lot of them worked out. And then as the fans started coming in and we were getting the revenue, we felt we owed it to the fans to put it back out on the field. And that's why we went and got Negro and then Carlton and then Don Baylor, who helped us win a few postseason games.
If ever this expression was overused, I think it applies tonight. A storybook finish.
It sure was. It sure was. I'm sure Vegas are going to have a tough time paying off on those odds.
Okay, Andy, thanks so much for joining us. Let's bring in Roy Schmalley now. You came in and there were great cheers from the crowd tonight when you entered the game. What was going through your mind?
It was the most thrilling, most fun time at bat I've ever had in almost 13 years and almost 1,500 at bats. The most memorable. How much fun it was. It's indescribable. It really was the most fun I've ever had in baseball.
It has to be especially sweet for you because you were with this team years ago when they were the doormats.
Well, we weren't exactly the doormats. We came close a couple of times, and we weren't so good a couple of times. A lot of real good seasons and real big moments for me personally, but never as a team, which is what you play for. And what a great 35th birthday!
This is one I am sure that you will never forget.
Never in a million years, that's for sure. This is the second best birthday ever. The best one was 10 years ago when Christy and I became engaged, and I'm looking forward to number 45 now.
How do you top this, Roy?
Can't top it. We cannot top it. To win the World Championship, have my part here in the stands watching us and having everybody cheering. It's just the greatest feeling in the world.
Talk about the character of this team for a second, because there are so many personalities on this team, so many components that made up this winning effort. Explain it to me.
Well, the main thing was what I said not too long ago, and that was I've never seen a team able to get as intense and determined to win a big game when we had to win a big game. When we perceived there was a big game, this team won the game. It was unbelievable. And, you know, last night was a big game. I thought we were going to win. And when we were going down to the biggest game of the year in our home park and get with these people, I knew we were going to win. It had to be.
Roy Schmalley, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now let's go down the hall just a little bit to Rob Lear with the winning manager, Tom Kelly.
Mark, what a year, what a World Series for these gentlemen who've been talking ever since this thing wrapped up. Lots to smile about, too. Tom Kelly, did you ever in your wildest imagination dream this all possible?
Well, this is our, Rob, I hate to sound redundant, but, you take the games one game at a time, and you go along, and you go along. It's such a long season, and that's the only way you can do it. You start dreaming and get way ahead of yourself, that's when your bubble gets busted on you. And it may sound funny to people, but that's the way you have to do it in this game. The season's too long and too tough, and I'm real happy that Andy McPhail gave me an opportunity to manage these fine bunch of players, and he did a great job of securing some people to fill in the holes that we needed. And if you have a bunch of guys that can go to the post for you every day, you can get some things done, and this is just what happened with the ball club this year.
One of those horses that went to the post, Tim Laudner. Congratulations, Tim, on this World Championship, and the words themselves must just sound sweet.
We're number one. We're the best. We're the best in the league. We might not have all the best players or the best pitchers, but we got the best 24-man team in the league. And we played as a team right down to the wire, right down to the last out, and that's why we're the world champions.
Everybody wanted to count this team out, and the doubters. Does this silence some of those, Tom Kelly?
Well, it never will. Baseball's a great game, and people talk about it on the streets, in the bars, at dinner, and it's a great game for second guessing. You can do this, you could have done that, but that's what makes the game so much fun, and everybody can talk about it. So, like I said, you got some good pitching, you can go out and play the game. If you don't have any pitching, well, you can't go play. And you can see my ball club pitch very well for me for the majority of the year. And Frank Viola, what can you say about this guy, the way he pitched tonight? And, of course, our main man, Reardon, at the end. So pitching's the name of the game. If you get some pitching, you can go play ball every night.
Celebrate, and congratulations to both of you. This is a night you'll remember for a long, long time. Thanks for taking this time. Let's send it back to Mark Curtis.
Thanks very much, Rob Lear. We're joined by Mike Smithson, a man who has been my colleague for the last week or so, analyzing these games, and you've done a great job. Now that you've had a taste to savor this thing, what do you think?
That's the best feeling I've ever experienced. It's probably the best ball game of all seven. We had a chance to blow it open, but you got to give the Cardinals credit. They played great defense. They did a lot of fundamentally things right in the game today, and we were lucky to just outscore them tonight.
This was a game, I think, that some people will talk about the bad calls.
Well, there were a few bad calls, but You know, I think the team that had hurt the most were us. The game at the play at home plate looked like he was safe. But that's, you know, that's baseball. That's just part of it. And we were able to persevere and come through.
Mike Smithson, congratulations. I know that champagne tastes mighty good.
I just want to thank Channel 5 for letting me help you guys out. It took a lot off my mind and kept me in the ball game mentally, and I just want to thank you guys for letting me tag along with you.
You did a great job. Mike Smithson, let's go upstairs to Stan and Ruth.
Thank you, Mark.
All
Thank you,
right.
Smitty.
Yeah, you just saw a picture down there while he was talking to Smithson. On the field, there's a parade going by, an impromptu parade. All the Twins, their wives, their children. Ken Herbeck came by. Stan and I were yelling, and we went like this to his armband, and he went like this. I see it, I see it. It's our good luck charm. The Twins won. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
You're so excited, your sweater's shedding.
Oh, it's great.
All right, Mike Finkley is on the outside of things right now. Good luck, Mike, wherever you are. Come in, please.
Right, Stan and Ruth, as you well know, a lot of the fans are still inside the dome, but just look at the way the people outside the dome are acting. They have completely taken over Chicago Avenue outside the dome. No chance of getting traffic through there. They're having to divert it away from 6th Street and down Chicago Avenue. These people have been dancing out here like they can't believe it. They've just seen it, but they still can't believe it. People high-fiving complete strangers. They've been jumping on top of taxi cabs. If we can go back down there to the crowd, I'd like you to see some of the celebration going on there. Just thousands of people, and there were already hundreds others waiting for them before this celebration, before the game actually ended. People who came down here with their TV sets, standing outside of Hubert's, pounding on the windows because it was jam-packed inside there. But once this game ended, just a giant celebration, and it has not stopped since then, and it's bound to go on for a long, long time. Let's go back up to you, Stan and Ruth.
Thank you very much, Mike. Okay, this celebration is going to be going on at least through afternoon of Tuesday, because Tuesday is the day, starting at noon, that the Twins will be in a big parade, a procession starting at noon from downtown Minneapolis. That procession will go over to St. Paul, winding up about 1:30 at the state capitol for a big rally there. That's Tuesday. We'll tell you more about it.
Let's go to Mark Curtis right now. He's with number 14, Ken Herbeck. Mark?
Well, actually, Ken Herbeck has been tied up for a second, but if I can, I'm going to bring in Joe Necro. Joe? Come on in here. Herbie, both of you guys.
What are you all messed up about?
The big grand slam last night, and tonight you drink the champagne.
Oh, what a feeling. It's not the champagne, it's the people out there. I mean, we just went out there and thanked them, and oh, what a thrill. It's, again, you can't explain it.
If anyone could write a script, I think it would go exactly as this season has gone for you guys.
I think so. We won when we had to. It seemed like every time our backs to the wall, it seemed like we could win a ball game. We come up and win a ball game. That's the way it went all year for us. There was somebody different every day, and it's just great because everybody contributed so well.
You've been asked this question a million times, but growing up in Bloomington, playing high school ball, watching the Twins play, did you ever?
You think about it, but you know, it's way in the back of your mind that maybe you'll make it there someday. And now you make it there, and I'm just so happy for the people. I mean, you can just tell on the faces of the people. I mean, it'd be funny if Minneapolis is standing tonight after how crazy they were here. Now, you couldn't even, they were screaming so loud you couldn't even hear them. It was almost like a dog whistle. We were even talking about it in the dugout. It was just a scream, and you could hardly even hear it. It was so loud.
All right, there are a lot of people watching out there. Is there anything you want to say to all the fans out there?
We love you. You guys did it for us. I mean, we were out in the field. We did the job out there, but you guys pulled us through it. Thanks a million.
Congratulations.
Thanks, 2 million. All right, thanks a lot, folks.
All right, and spring training is not that far away. Back upstairs to Stan and Ruth.
Yes, thank you, Mark. They love you, too, Ken and all of you.
Yes, they do. Let's go out and see some of those fans right now at Sergeant Preston's, where Pat Milan's standing by in Minneapolis. Pat?
Let me show you something. Hot off the presses. Minnesota Twins, 1987 World Championship. The banners, the pennants are already out. Let's talk to some of these folks here. See, how's the feeling? The people started spilling out of the bars as sure as the last minute. The moment the last out was through, people poured out onto the streets. We're in the Seven Corners area in a plaza, and it is just nuts here. People are having a great time, and I suspect we're going to be here very late. We'll stand by, maybe we'll come back a little later, but it's getting a little out of hand, so we'll send it back to you.
This is what pandemonium is. Did you see that little baby coming in and out of the shot?
I think they have a picture of this in the dictionary where you look up when you look up pandemonium. You know, the Twins have reawakened all of the old feelings of some of the old fans who watched the success of this team in '65. They were able to watch tonight also as a piece of Twins memorabilia circled their new home. This was the sign from the now gone old Mets Stadium, and old fans thought that it was time for that to shine again.
There it is. There it is.
is.
Being trucked through downtown Minneapolis. That's from the old. And,
You, of course, were lucky enough to go to Met Stadium.
Right.
I came in after that. Had been demolished.
Right. Dear memories of that old place, though. That's where this franchise got started here in Minnesota back in the early 60s. This is the climax tonight. Mike Binkley standing by outside right now. Mike?
Just as wild as ever outside here, Stan and Ruth. We've seen people on top of this van over here. Now they've climbed down. They've been rocking it back and forth. They've been climbing on top of stoplights. They've been dancing around, dancing together. Just complete madness out here. And now the majority of the people are filing out of the dome and joining this wild party that gathered just minutes after the game ended. We've got Mark Stevens inside the Metrodome. Let's go back inside there.
Okay, Pat, Jeff Reardon, you were on the mound when it ended in Arlington, on the mound in Detroit. How was tonight compared to those?
Oh, tonight was definitely the best. You know, that's a dream come true to get a chance to save this, 7th game of the World Series and be world champions. You really can't ask for anything more.
When Andy McPhail rescued you from Montreal, did you ever, in your wildest dreams, expect to be in this situation?
No, I never did until, I got to spring training. I saw the offense that the team had, and I thought if, our pitching could hold up, I felt like, this might be the year to get, win everything.
This was the first time that it was really a Jeff Reardon situation here in the Metrodome. All the other games have been blowouts. Tonight you had to save one.
Yeah, it's true. All the games, it was a big run lead, and tonight was just a 2-run lead, and it was nice to go out there and get them out 1, 2, 3 and not get the fans too nervous.
Describe the feeling when Gaetti put that thing away.
Oh, it was great. I was just, I was screaming, and then all of a sudden I got mobbed. I had about probably 1,000 pounds on top of me on the field, but I didn't care at that point.
Jeff Reardon, congratulations. Let's hope there's more in the future after this. Don Baylor, last year you were on the other side of the thing. How about now?
It's nothing like being on this side. It was a long winter last year when you lose games 6 and 7, and this year I was on the good side and won games 6 and 7.
You also played a very vital role to this ball club. The designated hitter position in this ballpark certainly meant something.
Well, I tell you, it's nothing like it. I think we should do it every year. Just have the DH the entire World Series, because I definitely handicap to the American League teams to give a pitcher in the American League a bat in their hands because they don't know what to do with it. But it was a tremendous feeling that being a part of the World Series and being a winner also.
Did you even imagine when you were let go by the Sox and they got you over here that you'd be in this situation today?
No, not really. I just kept praying that things would work out and hopefully we'll get into a playoff, and all those things came through, and we came very, very close to getting out of this thing after we were losing Game 5, and then we came back here, and the fans were tremendous. Here, I tell you, I didn't see anything like this last year in Boston. It was just a community effort. The whole state, I tell you, it was just tremendous feeling.
Don Baylor, congratulations, and you certainly knew what you were doing when you got over here and got the job done.
Thank you.
Joe?
Yeah, I got Tom Bernansky, Bruno coming in. Bruno, congratulations. I know that for a long time, a lot of people said this couldn't be done, but you guys proved them wrong.
I just want to say one thing right now, that a bunch of guys have come by from St. Louis and congratulated me and our ball club. And I mean, it's tough to be in a situation where you lose in the 7th game, but they have showed a lot of class throughout the whole series. And before we go on any further, I just want to congratulate the Cardinals.
Tell me about it. Is the feeling what you imagined it would be?
No, not at all. You can never picture this. There's no way. I mean, you dream about it as a young kid, out in the front yard, tearing up your mom's yard. You dream about it, but you never can imagine the pressure and just everything that goes along with it right now. And now just the total euphoria of just partying and everybody enjoying with it. I mean, every person in that stands and everybody out in the bars, everybody on the streets right now feels the same way I feel right now.
You guys turned this town, these Twin Cities in the state of Minnesota, upside down.
It's been a long time coming. I mean, all you hear, you're getting a situation where we can win it, and all you hear about is how no one else has done the job. Everybody's kind of fallen right at the front door. Oh, baby, we just kicked the door in, and we're number 1.
One last question. When you think about this next year, maybe a month from now, when you think about this whole pennant run, what are you going to think about?
I'm just going to think the one thing I'm going to pull from this is just the total unity we had as a ball club. The love and the affection that 24 men can have for each other, the coaches and the manager. Because without that, we wouldn't be standing here.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bruno. Let's all head on down to Mark Curtis.
Thanks very much, Joe. Frank's being interviewed by the national media here. Let me just mention 3 letters to you. MVP.
Incredible. I couldn't, it wasn't me. It was everybody.
all 24 guys who are on the roster this year did a job, contributed in some way. It's not me, it's everybody, and I'd like to share that with everybody. But, you know, it's a great honor for me personally.
You talked about seeing nothing but the catcher's mitt after game 1. What did you see tonight?
Well, game 4, I got away from that totally. It was ball 1, ball 2. First couple of innings tonight, I don't think I was really on my game. Second inning there was tough. Tried keeping them close because at any time we are capable of scoring some runs. And it just seemed like all of a sudden just something hit me after the second inning and said, geez, I got to pitch better than what I've been pitching. The thing that scared me the most was seeing Bert warming up out there. So, you know, from then on, everything worked out, and the guys just kept battling and battling like we've done all year, and we won.
It's such a long season for all of the people here that cover the teams, but it's even longer for you guys that have to play these games and ride the roller coaster.
Yeah, but this is all worthwhile now, and that's the bottom line. We've gone from 102 losses in 82 to winning a world championship, and nobody's going to ever take that away from us now.
Frank Viola, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back upstairs to Stan and Ruth right now.
One happy fellow. I thought Jeff Reardon looked remarkably fit for being at the bottom of the human pyramid there, didn't he? Huh? Remarkable.
How much weight was on him, do you figure, there at that point?
Tons of happy weight. Well, please don't go away. This is a night you know you're going to remember for the rest of your life. We'll have much, much more on this Red Letter Day.
Yes, we are. We're going to show you also how the Twin Cities listened to tonight's game when we come back. Stay tuned.
Downstairs right now in the dome here. All the Twins are popular guys, but perhaps among the most popular, dare we say, Kirby Puckett.
Powerhouse.
Down there, right?
Kirby Puckett, this is it. World champions. You got your Homer hanky.
This is it.
You got the bottle of champagne, and it's got to taste kind of sweet right about now.
This is it, Rob. We had a lot of doubters, and a lot of people said we couldn't do it, man. But I tell you what, we proved a lot of people wrong, and we proved that we can do it.
And that you came through. Everybody was doubting the bat. Everybody said, what's wrong with Puckett? He's swinging up there, not swinging like he did all season, but in the end, you came through.
Well, I started feeling good the last couple of days. Just gave a little talk to myself and said that I'm better than this, and I'm just getting myself out because I looked at the films and saw that the pitches I was swinging at were balls inside, and the pitcher was just throwing them because they knew I was going to swing at it. So I just said that I was going to just take it easy and just try to get a good pitch to hit.
Good luck charms. Did you call on some old standbys to get you through this?
No, we just did what we did all year. We didn't want to change anything, Rob, regardless of what we had done on the road or whatever. We've always won here, and the fans have been great, and if anybody deserves a pennant, it's these people in Minnesota.
And to have this clinching party here, I mean, after winning in Texas and Detroit, I know you guys made a lot of having to stage something like this here at the home field.
I'll tell you what, man, it's great, and it's a feeling I'll never forget, man. It's the best feeling in the world.
World champions, where do you go from here?
I go home, I think. if I can
About 3 days from now, right?
That's all right. All I know is that we're #1 all year.
That sounds great.
All right, Rob.
Kirby Puckett, thank you. A little champagne shower down here outside the Twins clubhouse.
Little Andre shampoo there, Robbie. Okay. Well, you've seen a whole lot of what's going on in here in Minneapolis right now. St. Paul's got to be whooping it up, too. Let's go over to Mark Sapelsa at the World Trade Center, the Heartthrob Cafe.
Come in, Mark.
Stan and Ruth, we're a long way from the Metrodome here in downtown St. Paul, but the decibel level here oftentimes rivals the Metrodome. As you can tell over to the right here, the turntables have been virtually idle except for the Minnesota Twins win theme song. They usually play 50s music here constantly. The dance floor, as you can see, the hardwood dance floor, no happy feet tonight in terms of dancing, strictly used as a living room to watch their brand new big screen TV up there. And believe me, they love watching every inch of this thing. One of the guys in here has a rally cap. Tell me what this rally cap does, and did it work tonight?
Well, what you got to do is when the Twins are up to bat, you got to turn it. You have to turn the hat backwards so you can see the official rally cap emblem, and it works every time. It works in the playoffs against Detroit. It works against St. Louis. The Twins are #1. Yeah.
Let me show you something else here. Hold this up for me. Hold that up. Hold it up. Open it up. Open this. World champions, folks. Stan and Ruth, I'm going to toss it back to you because I'm losing control.
Okay, Mark, I think he's going down for the 3rd time. He's going under. Let's rescue him. Let's let's toss now to Joe Schmidt, who's standing by with another good Joe. Joe?
Thanks a lot, Ruth. You know, when Joe Negro files his nails from now on, he's going to have to file them real nice because he's got to put a nice little ring over the top of it. I imagine that's going to feel real nice when you slip on that World Series championship ring, Joe.
Well, after waiting 20 years, it's going to feel real good, and something that I've looked forward to a long time, and I'm just very happy to be a part of this ball club. I think we showed the country what kind of ball club we have. A very, very, very good ball club, and you know, we might not get the respect we deserve because we went into the playoffs with the least wins of any team in the playoffs, but you know, we showed we could beat Detroit, won one on the road and won one here, and we just played a great series, and I'm really proud of the guys.
You played on a lot of winning ball clubs, and I imagine you know when the team's winning, it has that certain cohesiveness, that certain team unity, and this team had it.
Well, I think you go back a long way back in the season. I think you can find that out if you go back and look at the schedule. Every big game we had to win, we won. Starting with the Kansas City game, Oakland come in, we swept them 4. We beat, I think, one club that nobody really thinks about. We swept Cleveland 3 straight here while Texas and Kansas City were winning. Sure. And they don't look at that. But then we go to Detroit, and we had to win the 4th game there. We won it, and we come back here, and we had to win 2 games here and won these 2. So it's a club that just had to do what they had to do, and they got it done, and that's why we're world champs.
Joe Nico, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's head now over to Mark Curtis.
Thanks very much, Joe. We're standing by with Bert Blyleven. So many components to this team. There are the jokesters like yourself. There are the serious guys, the intense guys, the gamers. Somehow, it all came together.
It really did. It a combination of everybody contributing, and tonight's game was really the way we played all year. You know, we were down. We didn't give up. We battled back. Frank Viola pitched outstanding, and Jeff Reardon closed it up, and we got an insurance run.
You know, so many people are out here talking to you guys, but there's a guy inside the clubhouse who shies away from the limelight, Tom Kelly.
He really does. That's Tom's makeup. You know, he realizes that this is 1 year, almost the theory of 1 game at a time. He's going 1 year at a time, and I'm very happy for him, you know, being his first year. And in spring training, a lot of his coaches, Rich Delmasic, Rick Rennick, they said, hey, this guy wants to win in the worst way, you know, and he wants to be a good big league manager. And hopefully this is the right stepping stone for his career.
You've had so many great stepping stones in your own career. How does this stack up?
Well, right now it's number 1 because it just comes at a time that you know, I've played a long time in the big leagues, and I'm very thankful. I thank the good Lord for my ability, but I'm just very happy for a lot of these guys in this room, especially a guy like Don Baylor who lost last year, you know, and this is his first one. A lot of these guys, this is the first one.
Bert, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Bert Blyleven, back upstairs to Stan and Ruth.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody down there. You happy guys? Well, I wonder what things are like at Mike Shannon's restaurant downtown
in St. Louis,
right
where
now,
we
right?
ate dinner 3 nights in a row. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's go right now to a story that Lindsey Strand did for us there. Lindsey?
By the top of the 9th inning, they were willing to try anything at Tom's Bar and Grill in St. Louis's West End.
All right, do you remember the song? Do you know it? Okay, I want you everybody to wave your hankies like that. Okay, let's get a beat going now, okay? Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Sing! My baby wave the Homer hanky. Our twins wave the Homer hanky. Star Tribune wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave their Homer hanky. Our twins like to touch them all. Off the bat with the big long ball. Taxi bags and we stole them home. We taxi bags and we stole on home. Cause you wave your hanky, yeah, you wave your hanky. Every baby waves the Homer hanky. My baby wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Every view wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Sing! Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Everybody wave the Homer hanky. Woo! Everybody wave your Homer hanky. Our twins are number 1. Our twins are number 1. Everybody! Our twins are number 1. Our twins are number 1. Our Twins are number one.
On the champions, a Twins
Everybody
celebration.
wave your Homer hanky. Everybody wave your Homer hanky. 'Cause you wave your hanky, yeah, your Homer hanky. Thank you. We're number one. Yes.
On behalf of all of us at Midwest Federal, I'd like to congratulate the Minnesota Twins on your World Series championship. It's been a great year, and we are proud to have sponsored the play-by-play action on radio and television for the 18th consecutive season. The Twins have brought worldwide recognition to our area, and all the celebrating that's going on right now is well-deserved. So fans, join me in congratulating the Minnesota Twins. We salute you as the new world champions of 1987.
Welcome back to our Twins special live here from Southdale. And you know, when we look back at the Twins' 1987 season, the magic moments are certainly many. And it all began, as you guys know, opening day, April the 7th, when a rookie manager had the jitters.
Well, I would probably be nervous. I've been nervous pretty much all day, and been to the bathroom a few times. So I guess I've been nervous.
Tom Kelly, you need not be nervous any longer. The Twins started the season on the right foot. Powerful bats and a dazzling display of defense kept the Twins on top of the division most of the first half.
To the bag, what a play by Hervey. On 3-2. Out into short right field. Lombardozzi on the run. Oh. What a catch by Lombardozzi. That's Carey. Kirby got it.
Oh, there were those moments best forgotten.
McDowell's trying to score. They got a play on him, and he's safe.
But nothing that couldn't be remedied by some good dome cooking.
That's hit deep to right field. And the ball game is over. Fly ball melted deep to right field. He looks up there. This will fly away. Big home run in their victory yesterday and sends a towering deep drive to center. Moses to the warning track, to the wall, fly away.
The Twins kept pace throughout August and into September. The new additions to the 1987 team helped give them the edge.
Left side, and he gets it through that little hole on the left side.
Late in September, the Twins found themselves playing for the division title.
It's deep, it's deep, it's gone! Gaetti tries one to deep center. Wilson going back, and this one is gone! Way back, and gone!
They tied for the title against Kansas City, then clinched it in Texas.
It was just I don't know, an intense feeling in the dugout, just trying to, get that last out and get it over with. Need some help, Lumber? Yeah, he could probably. Get Herbeck. I'm stumbling here.
Onward to the playoffs and a date with Detroit. Critics said there was no way the Twins could match up with the mighty Tigers. Games disposed of Detroit, and the march continued to the World Series. The St. Louis Cardinals found out firsthand what the Metrodome mania was all about.
High in the air to deep left field. Coleman goes back. A grand slam. To center and deep, and McGee goes back, and it's
A 2-game lead was just what the doctor ordered. But a 3-game trip to St. Louis brought back memories of the road trip blues.
High drive to deep left field. Gladden goes all the way back at the fence. It's off. It's gone.
The Twins were down 3 games to 2, but the cure was simple. Bring it back to the Dome.
One more time, the 1987 World Champion Minnesota Twins. And now it's time to meet some of the guys who helped make this such a miracle year. It's my pleasure to introduce a man who helped make the Minnesota Twins the #1 defensive team in all of Major League Baseball and came through with so many clutch hits in the playoffs and in the World Series. Second baseman Steve Lombardozzi.
We didn't introduce her. What's her name?
Tony. Tony.
And how old is she?
She's 18 months right now.
Hi, Tony. She's not. We're not going to scare her to death, are we?
Oh no.
She's used to
She's been in the Metrodome.
Steve, tell us, and I know you've been asked this question a million times, but if you can describe it, what has this been like? What sort of feelings have you gone through?
It's been such a roller coaster of emotions through the whole playoffs, and well, since we clinched it in the playoffs and now the World Series, it's just been an incredible feeling. I wish that the people, the fans, could feel the exhilaration that the player feels when when we won the American League, and then last night. It was just incredible. The fans have been fabulous all year long.
I sat right behind your mom and dad and watched the game. I've never seen people pull for a son like that. It had to be an experience for you to be out there knowing mom and dad were in the stand. The 7th game of the World Series.
Well, you probably didn't stand or sit next to him too long, because he gets more nervous than I do. He ends up walking all around the stadium, and normally, well, up through the minor leagues, when there's only 4,000 or 5,000 people in the stands, I could hear him yelling from different parts of the stadium at different stages during the game. But the Metrodome, you can't even hear your own self think out there.
Jill, I know it's been a long road for you as well, and a lot of the wives who've been on these road trips who are in St. Louis. What's next? What do you do to bring this guy down to earth again?
I don't know. We're just going to take each day at a time and just sit and absorb it all. And
You've been around Tom Kelly too long.
Yeah.
We're going to level off.
Level off.
What do you have planned? I mean, is a vacation at hand here?
Well, we'll be going back home to Florida in probably a couple weeks. But we're going to stay around while all the excitement and enjoy it.
Did you know, at any point, did you feel that the game was clinched, the 7th game? Was there any point when you knew we had it in the bag?
Well, I'm not sure if you can ever get that comfortable with yourself out there. You have to just stay on an even keel and play the game right to the last out, because anything can happen. But you know, when Gags beat that ball out, it seemed like we were beating them at their it seemed like we were beating them at their own game last night, and Frankie was doing such a great job. It was a gutsy performance by him, and I felt like once we went ahead that we might have it.
Steve, if you don't mind, we're going to take some questions from our audience as well. I think Tom Hanneman has somebody with a question.
Actually, I have a question to begin with, Steve. How you doing? Well, why is it in the locker room after winning you never show any emotion at all? It's
what is that?
He said, why after winning these games you never seem to show any emotion in the locker room?
We do have a question from just this gentleman. Your name?
Eric Williams.
Yeah, what's your question, Eric?
I'd like to know how they can play with all that noise in the Metrodome.
How can you play with all that noise in the Metrodome, Steve?
It is difficult to do, and believe me, we're just as human as you are, and just as nervous and tense out there. But over a course of time, over a period of time, you just learn to deal with the pressures, and hopefully you can funnel that nervous energy into a productive game.
We did have one question from a lady a few minutes ago asking whether you were married or not, but I guess that's been answered already, Steve.
Steve, what about next year now? This is going to be a different team. I mean, these are the champions.
We are not going to start thinking about next year till 3-4 months from now. We're just going to sit back and enjoy it and soak it up, and that's why we're going to stay in Minnesota here for a few more weeks. Normally we'd be on our way back to Florida, but we've just enjoyed the people of Minnesota so much that we'd like to stick around for a while.
Well, we love having you here.
You bet.
We're going to throw it back to Mark Rosen. Mark?
All right, thank you to the Lombardozzi family and for an outstanding season by the tremendous second baseman for the Minnesota Twins. Well, Wally the Beer Man and much more coming up. We return in just a moment.
Midwest Federal is bringing home the heart.
Welcome back to Southdale. This is the Champions, a twin celebration, and we're celebrating tonight. And the people that you are hearing right now are what we have called all season long the 10th man. They are the loudest fans in all of baseball. They did not allow the Minnesota Twins to lose this season. We're talking about the Minnesota Twins fans, and here's exactly what I mean.
When our boys came home from clinching the American League title, it was an event to remember.
We're back. We're bringing it home.
The Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome held a capacity crowd captive without a game in sight. Fans came in droves merely to thank the team in person.
Everybody waiting to get home. We figure we have about 15,000 people here, and we got 60-some with another couple thousand outside. It's unbelievable.
This was the beginning of what was to become the epitome of baseball fever.